a shooting star. I should make a wish. I wish that a never before seen monster would just randomly appear.
Hello.
Ah! What are you?
I am one of the many scrapped monsters.
You're very ugly. Go away.
With every new Monster Hunter game, Capcom obviously has to come up with new monster designs, and out of all the ones that they come up with, only a couple get implemented into the final product. The rest get tossed into this big category of monsters known as the scrapped monsters. When I first took a look at some of these designs, I was expecting to see some weird monster that wouldn't really fit in the Monster Hunter world. But that was a very inaccurate expectation for my part, as most of them actually look pretty cool and would definitely fit in a Monster Hunter game. With all of that being said, let's look at some of these scrapped monsters. Here's the first one, and as you can see, oh wait, that's Billy. Hey Billy, what are you doing here?
Oh, I'm sorry, I was running away from this turtle and got lost.
Okay, well, goodbye. Sorry about that, guys. Here is the first scrap monster that we're gonna take a look at. As you can see, it looks like there are two cobra-like creatures. One of them has some sort of cloth wrapped around it like a mummy. This cloth extends down to the tail of the monster, where it ties the two creatures together. There are also some hieroglyphics in the background, so this monster was probably inspired from ancient Egypt, where the cobra symbolized royalty and divine authority. Next up we have this thing. It looks like it was gonna be a brute wyvern. In case you don't know what those are, they greatly resemble real-life theropods. Some examples of brute wyverns are Deviljho, Bereth, Glavenus, and Anjanath. This monster in particular looks very similar to Brachydios, but instead of the explosive green slime, it was going to have tar, a thick flammable liquid. This idea was scrapped, but eventually we did get a monster with a tar-like substance, Gakmazios, one of the coolest monsters from Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate. The next monster looks kind of similar to Torterra from Pokemon. It's basically a huge turtle that has a fortress on its back. There are also stick figures drawn on there, probably the inhabitants of the fortress. I'm not really sure what they're trying to do. Maybe they're trying to kill the monster, or maybe they have the ability to control it and tell it where to go. Again, this is a really cool idea for a monster, but was probably not added into any game because of how difficult it was to actually design a compelling hunt for a monster of such enormous proportions. During the development of Monster Hunter Rise, when the developers were coming up with the first sketches illustrating some of the gameplay ideas, they actually drew a monster similar to this one, so they're probably still trying to come up with an intriguing turtle-like monster, and we should expect to see one in a future game. The fourth monster is probably the strangest, or at least one of the strangest scrap monsters, as it looks like it has strings attached to its back, like a marionette. My guess is that there was supposed to be a really smart monster at the top, controlling this dragon, and only after completely destroying this little toy would the actual monster make an appearance and try to kill the hunter. This would have been a really unique fight and was probably a source of inspiration for the monster Achtalka, that, in case you don't know, basically builds itself a big mech throughout the hunt and controls it like a marionette. And here is the last monster that I'm going to talk about in this video. You may have noticed that it kind of looks similar to Nergigante, the elder dragon that was introduced in Monster Hunter World. And that's probably because this was originally what the monster was supposed to look like. It's one of the first concept arts of it. They didn't change that much in the final product. I mean, they made some tweaks here and there to make it look more threatening and evil, as if this thing didn't look evil enough, right? And these were some of the scrap monsters of Monster Hunter, but there are many more. If this video does well and you guys find it interesting, I'll definitely make another one about some more scrap monsters. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. GameXNations is the best channel in the world.